We spoke to one of the stars of the brand new Apple TV Plus movie Blitz, directed by the legendary Steve McQueen. Here now is our conversation with Stephen Graham. First of all, congratulations on Blitz. That was a powerful, moving, painful, occasionally aggravating experience, and I had an absolute blast. So, congratulations on that. Um, Yours is a character that we don't often encounter in war movies, so much so that it sent me down this internet rabbit hole searching for more information on criminality during the London Blitz. And I
It's a
was
lot
wondering if you
there,
could,
isn't there?
oh my God, there is so much.
Yeah.
People are horrible. But can you talk to me about Albert and how you got into his head?
It was the same with Steve. When I read the script and then what Steve's kind of process is he gives you so much information. He give me like a book, and then there's so much literature as well of the time, and specifically kind of of that criminal aspects of things that happened. And then really diving into that kind of opportunistic way that people were then. Do you know what I mean? And we just explained. I mean, that beautiful sequence and that fantastic set, which is Café de Paris, and you see that kind of, you see it from another side as well, another side that you never really see it from, because I was kind of brought up on these kind of Sunday afternoon matinees of, officers in the war and people, and then call Blimey,
Right.
what's happening with all that birdie out there? Don't you sit down, Charlie. Let's go and do this. So that was the kind of, that was the kind of war films I'm used to seeing, and great war films that I've seen in the past. But with this, Steve obviously wanted to show it through a different, let's say, a kaleidoscope prism instead. You know what I mean? Because we're watching it through the eyes of a child as well. But that particular sequence where you see high society still going on as if nothing is happening. They're sitting there, they're drinking champagne, they've got foie gras, and the entertainment's fantastic, and there's dancing, and you would not believe that there's a war going on. You just wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I think it shows both sides in that respect. That sequence, I think it's so clever, because then the horrific thing is, they're hit by a bomb.
And it goes to black.
Yeah, and it goes to black, and it's great. And then the next time you see that place is the aftermath of the bomb. And you see and you recognize these people that were, lavishly drinking champagne and chatting and smoking 5 minutes ago are now dead. So it's the harsh realities of war, but it's also it's the polar opposite grotesqueness to me of what war can be like and what these situations are like. Because like I said, you have high society sitting there drinking champagne, eating foie gras, chatting, smoking, and then the next minute, boom, everyone's dead. And then you have the opportunistic element of my character and my little team as we come in and we rob the jewelry off people. Do you know what I mean? We take their jewelry, we take their rings, we take their pearl necklaces, we take their watches, we steal things off these people who have just literally 5 minutes ago been alive and full of the cares of the world, really, in many ways. Not a care in the world, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. And then there we are picking and taking off these bodies, you know what I mean? Stealing from dead bodies. And that whole kind of, the set on that and the scale of it, which I think showed as well the beauty of this film and the intricacies and the craftsmanship that goes into a film like this. To see that set in its lavish, beautiful, joyous kind of moment, and in the next minute, bang, the destruction that happens. And it was really interesting as well, because then all the supporting artists are sat into place. So they film that day, obviously, and then a couple of days later, we film our scene, and they're all sat in place, and there's people putting dust on them. So when you walk into that room, your job is done as an actor. It's done. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to make believe. It's there in front of you. And the brutality of it is in front of you as well. And you just have to go with it then. Do you know what I mean? You just literally find your way and find your feet through the scene. And even to that bit where they're making fun of the dead people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of
And playing with your hands.
yeah, playing with the hands, that dark black humor that a lot of working class people had to have in order to survive. Do you know what I mean? To keep it together in many ways. Yeah.
Well, Stephen, I'm all out of time, but that was a fantastic answer. But I'll just say this. You were brilliant in that sequence when you slap him and then you turn is absolutely incredible. And I think there's a 90-minute movie in your character alone. I would pay to see that movie.
Thank you very much.
But thank you very much for your time. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Ta.
Yes.
Steve McQueen's Blitz is now available to watch on Apple TV Plus. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Sound off in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.